Hi guys, welcome back to another episode on the Enjoy Your Life blog channel. Woo! So it has been a long time coming. I've been out for quite a bit of time due to some technological errors. If you listen to my podcast, Enjoy Your Life on SoundCloud, check that out. Or if you've had a conversation with me or if you follow me on social media, you know that it has been crazy trying to get a camera and all that good stuff just to make these videos. Like, life has been crazy. But I am back and I'm here to stay and I'm so excited. A lot has happened since we last spoke. I actually started a vlog channel just to show like my everyday life, preparing for these kind of videos, doing the podcast, traveling, ministering the gospel, doing whatever God has called me to do. So I hope that you'll subscribe to that and chime in with me. It is linked down below, so make sure that you check that out. My channel is called Welcome to My World. Again, that's like an inside look on my life. And then the Enjoy Your Life blog is for ministry purposes. It is a weekly inspirational blog for women, based on the gospel of Jesus Christ, giving people a way to a different perspective on life. I believe that God has given me a mandate to help inspire other people to live an awesome life, both inside the four walls of the church and outside of it. So we're going to be talking about trusting the process. And I want to tell you a really short story about Joseph in the Bible. Joseph was a dreamer. That was one of the gifts that God had given him. He had all these brothers, like 11 brothers. I think there was like one younger than him, so he's like second to last in the family. But his father favored him. His dad really, really loved him. And it made his brothers jealous of him. Like, they saw his dad give him a coat of many colors. They saw how his dad loved him so much and he had dreams. And, you know, he seemed that he was not only favored by his father, but he was favored by God. So his brothers were really upset about that. And one day, Joseph, not only did he have dreams, but he was able to interpret them. So one day, Joseph has this dream that there's grain that is like around in a circle and bows down to the one in the middle, and he interpreted that as his brothers being around him and bowing down to him at some point in life. His brothers didn't like that at all, so they were really jealous of him. They were really upset. They wanted to get rid of him. They were like, you know what, like, this guy, he has too much juice and we just can't handle it. Sometimes there's people in your life who can't handle your juice. Watch your back, family included. But what they did, they wanted to kill him. And one of the brothers, Reuben, he said, nah, let's not kill him. Like, let's just get rid of him, whatever. Like, you know, let's not go that far. So they take him and they like toss him in a pit or something. And then there's some guys coming by. A very important guy by the name of Potiphar. He's like second to Pharaoh. They come along and they go ahead and sell him into slavery, sell him to Potiphar. But they took his coat of many colors, like dipped it in animals' blood so that it could look like, you know, he was attacked or something, so that they could take it back and have a story to tell their pops, right? So they get home, I'm sure they're like, oh my God, our brother's dead, he was attacked. Liars. So now Moses is with Potiphar, and like he has this whole life that he's about to live that he has not a clue. I can guarantee you that at some point in his journey, Joseph was probably really upset. Like, not necessarily at God, but he probably was like, yo, God, like, what is this? Like, I'm a dreamer. You give me dreams. You let me see things. You didn't let me see this. Like, you didn't tell me this was going to be my story. So that it was like the beginning of his journey. And he started out really low, like in slavery, you know, like doing his thing, whatever. He kind of climbed to the top of the food chain, and he eventually became Potiphar's right-hand man. So he was not he's not a slave, but he's like driving them, you know what I mean? He came to a point where Potiphar's wife wanted to, you know, do some inappropriate things with him. He denied, so she lied and said that he did it anyway against her will. So now Potiphar's mad, like, bro, I let you in my crib, like, you're supposed to be my friend, you're supposed to be my boy, I put you in position, and you come out here and you disrespect my wife. Like, what is that about? So they throw him in jail. Now Joseph is in jail, and again, he has the ability to interpret dreams as well as dreaming spiritual dreams from God. So there's two men in jail with him, and they have dreams, and he interprets. It's like a baker and a cupbearer or something like that. Anyways, he tells him, you're going to get out of jail soon, but when you do, don't forget about me, right? So I think about a year or two goes by. I think it's about a year that goes by, and Pharaoh has a dream and no one can interpret it. So this dude remembers, like, yo, I was in prison with a guy who interpreted my dream. He was absolutely right, told me I was getting out of prison, all this stuff. We need to get him to interpret Pharaoh's dream. So he comes and he interprets Pharaoh's dream. He talks about there's going to be a famine. There's going to be a huge harvest or whatever. You need to take advantage of that. Like, save up what you can, because there's a famine coming. Y'all ain't going to have nothing. So God is warning you about what's getting ready to take place in your kingdom, right? So Pharaoh is like, wow, this guy's really smart. Like, he really does hear from God. I think in the scripture, I think it's the New King James Version, he was like, so you interpret dreams or something? And Joseph was like, I don't, but God helps me, or something like that. Like, you know, something smooth. Those people who are like super spiritual, like this with God, they always want to be mad humble. But anyway, so yeah, he interprets the dream, and then Pharaoh was like, all right, well, help me do what we got to do. So now Joseph is put in a position where he's helping to, as the crops are growing, as the harvest is here, he's helping put things in and store them up and all that. And he executes this huge plan on how to ration the harvest, right? So now we come to a place where Joseph's family comes. Now we've come to a place where the famine has struck, right? Joseph's family is in that famine. So yeah, they're gonna need food that has been stored up, crops, wheats, whatever they had going on. They're gonna need some. So they come, Joseph sees them, but they do not recognize that this is his brother. So Joseph could have denied them. He could have disrespected them. And in fact, I think he took, like, they had another brother or something like that they had since he had been gone. It had been like 10 years since they last saw each other. They had another brother, and I think he like took him into captivity or something like that, where you know, he was trying to low-key get revenge. He felt some type of way, like, oh, I'm gonna take your younger brother. You wanted to get rid of me? Because they didn't recognize who he was. So he has the upper hand at this point, right? Then he comes to a point, he's like, look, I'm your brother. Like, it's me, bro. Like, where's my dad? Like, is he good? I want to see my family. And they bowed to him. Like, now this is the dream that this man had probably 10 plus years ago, and it's coming to pass. Like, they need him. They are literally at his what's the word I'm looking for? Like, they literally can't eat without this man now. Like, he's all the way at the top right now. You know what I mean? He's Pharaoh's right-hand man. He's doing his thing. Now the dream that he had all those years ago has really come to fruition. So all of this to say, Joseph didn't really know fully where he was going to end up in his life. So Joseph had this entire process that he had to go to even get to this place. I'm sure he grumbled. I'm sure he complained. I'm sure he was mad. I'm sure he was in prison mumbling, talking about some, man, God, like, can't believe you would do me like this. Like, I thought I was your boy. You know what I mean? Probably felt all types of ways, but he went through all of this stuff to get to this place for his appointed time. We can get really discouraged when we are going through so many different things, trying to just reach our expected end, trying to become the person, the man, the woman of God that he has designed us to be. And maybe you're not where you think you should be, but you're definitely not where you used to be. Every day we are taking steps closer to the place that God wants us to be, but we have to realize there's a process that we have to go through before we even get there. You don't just wake up one day and you're 27. Like, I mean, unless you were 26 and the next day is your birthday. But like, there's a process. Our parents have us, you know, they conceive us or whatever. We're born. We have different milestones that we go through, even in the womb. There's just different steps. There's a process that takes us to our expected end. So I just want to encourage you, like, you might not like where you're at right now in life. You might not even understand where you're at, but try your very best to be patient with yourself, be patient with God, and trust the process that you're going through. Thank you so much for watching this. I hope that you liked it. Remember to comment, rate, and subscribe, and share it with someone that maybe you know is going through something that isn't really feeling the process that they're going through. Just send it to them and encourage them. I'll see you guys in the next video. When you find happiness within, there's no place you can't go.